Welcome back, you beautiful humans, to another Crypto Gaming Boy. On this channel, you know the deal. We cover all things gaming and earning crypto. And today, we're just going to hit you guys with a little methodology and just a best practice that we use in order to make our decisions in the DeFi space before we invest in crypto. And as we know, BTC currently is on the move, and we're hoping for this lovely bull run to come out and all altcoins to be able to run along with it, and we should start making our investments back from our really disappointing bear market. So no further ado, just want to give you a quick rundown. So it's a little bit about the background. We've been in banking majority of our life. I've been in banking majority of my life, and I've been using a lot of the techniques from my compliance space, because I've been a part of compliance for over 10 years. Sorry, over 20 years. Shorten myself, 10. So over 20 years, I've been a part of compliance, and I've been using these things as, so I guess the term would be second nature, and not noticing that I'm using them in order to get into a certain project. So therefore, I thought it would be nice to share these techniques with you, these best practices that I use in order to ascertain or mitigate my risk. And I know a lot of people, when they hear mitigate, they think this. I got this wonderful whiteboard for you guys. When you think mitigate, a lot of people will, probably 80% will say mitigate means to get rid of your risk, which is false. So I want to get rid of that myth for you guys, because what mitigate is, bring up this definition for you. What mitigate is to make it less severe, serious, or painful. Or in my best description that I enjoy reading is lessen the gravity of an offense or mistake. So in this case, we are referring to how do we lessen our risk when we are trying to invest in crypto. That is simple. I want to give you the A, B, and C steps that you guys will use in order to make your decision. There's going to be other videos as well that we use we can go into full detail and in depth with these types of methodologies, but I don't want to just give you guys so much. Trying to make this one quick, painless, so you guys can think for yourselves and do your own research and come on top together. So let's clean up the board here quickly. So we have your A, have your B, and we have, sorry for my hideous handwriting, but so it goes. So the A means to assume. The B means to believe. Trust me, guys, this is not some weird quote or poem or something. And the last one here, the C, is to check. So these three simple steps, you're going to believe, you're going to assume, believe, check. But they're just not followed with just assumption. So when you use your A, you're going to assume nothing. What is this supposed to mean? This simply means do not assume that what you are getting, the information that you're receiving on the project, it is believable or the truth. And we're just going to give you a simple example here. We're just going to use ADA Cash or the Cash First. As you guys know that they have upgraded to the Cash First, bringing ADA Cash and Sol Cash together under one umbrella. They have gone through their LLC and everything seems to be going great with their roadmap. So enough about that. So I brought up the web white paper for you guys. So for example, do not assume that you know what they're doing. Go ahead and test this out. So when it comes here, and you're seeing referring to 15% buys and sells buys and sells tax, meaning there's a 15% tax if you go and you purchase. Let's see if we can bring up ADA Cash quickly here. ADA Cash, oh, come on buddy, work with me. ADA Cash. So just a little example. So if you want to buy $100 worth of ADA Cash, 15%. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Okay, that's right. Well, let's do a 1,300. So 15% of this is what's going to be going to tax. You test this by going to your calculator, percentage calculator, identifying what 15% is. I can actually bring this up here. 15%. This is all about context, guys. This is all about what you do in your first step. Okay, I'll be right here. All this stuff is all accessible on Google, guys. You can use it for yourself. 15%. Oh, my thing is bugging out today. 15% of 1,000 is going to be 150. So 150 dollars. Say we spent $1,000 in ADA Cash. $150 is going to go into what they said in the white paper over here. It's going to be broken down into ADA Cash distributions. This is for holders who I think they break this down into if you're holding ADA Cash, you're going to get distribution rewards in Cardano. If I remember that correctly, that is correct. And then 2% goes to the liquidity. Let's keep this lovely chart going, obviously. And 3% is going to go towards their marketing wallet in order to make you know, some noise out there to let everybody know what's happening in ADA Cash. So you don't go by an assumption. You assume nothing on your first step of A. You go and you check, even though someone says to you, hey, yeah, ADA Cash spends XYZ percentage of the tax on this and that. No, go right ahead and check yourself. You can check the marketing wallet. You can check all of their wallets. I'm sure you can go straight to their, you can take this and go into CoinGecko, not CoinGecko, but what was it, PoopCoin, or go over to CoinMarketCap and do your research there and check everything in that system, rather than make an assumption. What are you going to do next for Believe? What are you going to do for Believe? Just before we go on to Believe, just again, for assumption, you need to make sure no matter what anyone else says to you, what these people are trying to do, or whatever the project is they're trying to do, you need to identify that yourself. You need to see what it is that you're offering, what problem have they identified in the crypto space, and how are they going to resolve that, and what are their long-term plans. All of these questions you should not assume, but ask to find out and do your research. This is why it's so important when a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers, and a lot of even the devs themselves will tell you do your own research, because even if they're telling you this information, they need you to trust them by researching the details yourself in order to feel comfortable with the project. So we're moving on to Believe. Believe nothing. I know you guys probably trying to wonder what in the world, where in the world I'm going with this, but these simple steps do work. I use them on a daily basis in order to ascertain my risk in my job and also in my personal life. This can be used not only in crypto, but in many different forms of your life. If you don't know, if you don't believe it, try it. For example, if you have issues with any type of relationships, try to use these steps and then come back, make a comment and let me know if this helped you in any way to make an actual logic, sound, and concise decision in your personal life and in your crypto investments. Moving on back. So Believe. You are not going to sit there and believe what anyone tells you. So if your friends come out and say, hey, I want to invest in this crypto, what crypto are you going to recommend? And they tell you Jimmy Got Juice token. and what he's doing, he's solving a problem for cancer, and this token helps their cancer survivors and save lives. Cool. Rather than sitting there and accepting what your friend said about Jimmy's Juice helping people for cancer, why don't you go and find that information yourself? Because if there's no information out there in the public, or the domain for such impact of what you're trying to do or change or identify a problem to fix in the community or everyone's life, why would you not want to talk about it? Why would you not want to spread the word out there? You want to be able to mention that information out in the public, and it can be easily accessible for anyone. So in order for you to believe something that someone says, you have to go and research it for yourself. So do not believe nothing that you're being told, but go and confirm the information what you have received. So if they're saying it's 5% going to tax, and you find out that you made a purchase, and you made a purchase of 100 worth of a token, and you got 80% back rather than was it 95, because you're supposed to have been charged a tax of 5%, then you know something's up, something's wrong there, something in their coding ain't working right, guys. So this is the little things that you need to check, and majority of times those little loopholes will continue to develop in other little loopholes, as we've seen example in EarnHub. Excuse me, it was a good project, but there was so many different hiccups and red flags that we all should have taken into account. But unfortunately, as you know, guys, I couldn't pull out of that because I jumped in there when it was Safe Earn, hoping that EarnHub was going to be fantastic. But it doesn't seem that they had the same mindset they did in the first project. So again, do not believe nothing you're being told. Go and find out and test these things yourself. So what is the next step of this? It is check everything. Jeez, that's horrid. You're going to check everything. So your 3 stages of your ABCs: assume nothing, believe nothing, check everything. Why do I have 2 E's there? Oh my God. I am really horrible today. I'm writing my word. Alright, there you go. So check everything. And I know all of this is all intertwining with each other. You don't make an assumption of nothing. You don't believe anything that you're being told, and you make sure you check every single thing. And just give you some more examples here. I'm just going to bring out ADA Cash again, because again, ADA Cash has been a very good project, and a lot of things has been being solidified every single step of the way, and they're bringing more bang for their buck. So as you know, guys, they are making an NFT game. They've always been following up almost on a weekly basis of what's happening with that game, and also what's happening with Soul Cash, with the market, with ADA Cash, with the market as well. All these information you want to be able to check. You want to be able to check everything that are on their roadmap. Let me just see if I can quickly bring up their Twitter as well. You want to be able to check all their feed. Are they active on all platforms? I don't know what all this. Oh my God, what is that even relevant? Why does that keep coming out? It's not relevant. I'm shooting a video here. Come on. Want to see if they're up and active with their feeds, if they're communicating with their community through their feeds. Are they giving people live updates? As you can see here, they're giving Juice here is giving live updates referring to what's happening with the Cashmons. This is pretty good. I love this take of what they're doing right now, because you're getting it straight from the source rather than getting it from other people, which is fantastic. This is one reason why I chose to currently not post majority of stuff, because that would be basically replicating everything that ADA Cash team would say, which I think is unnecessary. Why not get it from the dragon's mouth? As you see, also for our sponsors here, there's a lot of different things that's going on, and it's all in the roadmap as well, guys. You need to be able to check each and everything here that's listed off, that's checked off, or even the stuff that has not been checked off, because it's very important to see what movements they are making further ahead of what they're shuffling around. Because if you see them shuffling things around and they're doing stuff before Q4, Q3, or 2023, then you know that a entity, that project, is actually making positive movements for the project and not for their own personal gain. Example, was there a necessary for them to make an incorporation? I don't think so. However, there is a huge benefit behind it. It signifies the structure, it signifies seriousness behind crypto right now, because a lot of people think it's all in the space, of the internet, and no one can't find anything to connect anyone from. So those are the type of project I would consider you guys, or encourage you guys to do. So that is pretty much it referring to the ABCs, guys. And I hope you guys have learned something here today with your ABCs. Don't forget to assume nothing. Don't forget to believe nothing. And always check everything. If you learned something new, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and turn on that notification bell, guys. Because I appreciate you. Catch you in the next one. Peace.